If
Senate
we
come.
make it to Budapest, hey, I could win them all here. He could just give up.
And now some questions for Mr. Sigielski. Mr. Sigielski, this is only the second time the match has been divided between two sites, Bangkok and Budapest. Is this because the Soviet
Mr.
society...
Sergeyevsky plays with the World Chess Federation tells him to play. The match sites are not under our control.
Bangkok has a reputation of having a rich nightlife. Do you gentlemen plan to partake in it?
I'm in training, I'm sorry to say.
Well, you've brought everything you need with you already.
no political ploys. I think both your constitutions are terrific, so now you know be good boys. I'm on the case, you're being fooled. Any objection is overruled. All the odds are aligned the West. You got tricks, good for you. But there's no getting, I don't see through. Yes, all the odds are aligned the score. I don't care if they're bleeding. 2 warm bodies are what's required, and that's it.
Your words. It would be funny if it weren't so serious, huh? It is serious.
Oh, I can't imagine Freddie playing without an apology.
Why can't this just be Chet's?
You of all people ask that?
Me? I'm a Chet second.
Oh, right. Don't you
just as a boy, playing with pawns just like Nolan.
If you walk out on me, you're really betraying your father. Were he alive now, he'd surely be dying of shame. You know that there's nothing I've done that he'd be ashamed of in my whole life. What I can do is for in someone else's lifetime, someone with my name who looked a lot like me, came to love a man and made a promise. He only had to say that's where she would be. Lately, all feelings run just as deep. The promise she made has grown impossible to keep. And yet, I wish it wasn't so. Will he miss me if I go? In a way, it's someone else's story. I don't see myself as being a part of. Yesterday, a girl that I was fond of finally could see the writing on the wall. Sadly, she realized she'd left him behind, and sadder than that, she knew he wouldn't even mind. No, there's nothing left to say. Would he listen if I say so very well to say, you fool, it's now or never. I could be choosing no choices whatsoever. In someone else's story, in someone else's life, that he could be inside. I don't see a reason to be lonely. I could take my chances further down the line. And if that girl I knew should ask my advice, I wouldn't hesitate. She needn't ask me twice. Go now. I tell her that for free. Trouble is the girl, is me. This worry is the girl.
Then why is he sitting all the way over?
You cannot always choose who you work for.
Yes. Well, I can.
Then you're leaving Trump.
I didn't say that. I shouldn't have said anything.
You know, someone like you do better.
What do you mean? Someone like you. How do you know what I'm like? I'm sorry. I don't want to argue.
I don't know that.
Well, neither do I.
Come on, Freddie. We won this round. You wanted groveling? You got groveling. Hey, are you coming? We can take you.
No, both of you. Go. Go and get your rest.
It seems the players No, she and I. This, this affects nothing. It had already gone wrong between us long ago.
So at least I'm not a home wrecker too. I mean, as well as being a traitor to the man I've been working with for 7 years.
Just working with me.
This really, it affects nothing.
I am counting on you giving me inside information on his game when we are in bed together.
Is that all you think about?
Chess.
No.
Mr. Emerson said you were hungry.
Oh, thank you.
So, have you ever been to America before? No, I haven't. I think you'll like it. Most people do.
Don't interrupt me. I choose the East, not the West.
East Coast, you mean?
Right. I'm from New York. Good luck.
I hope you find America all it's cracked up to be.
In Soviet Union, it's not cracked up to be all that much.
Yeah.
Here to pray for victory, Miss Darcy, or just sightseeing?
Molokai, are you following me now?
A coincidence. I love cathedrals. Who shall I pray for to win? The old American or the new American? I think I shall pray that my wife stay safe.
What do you want, Molokai?
I give her the chess. I have nothing to do here now. Mr. Anatoly Sergeyevsky has seen to that.
It had nothing to do with you.
Miss Darcy, why did I just not say that to my superiors when I returned home from Bangkok? Sirs, this defection, it had nothing to do with me. You have a beautiful country here.
Now, this isn't my country anymore.
No?
I'm just a tourist now. I don't even speak the language.
I'm sorry to hear that. It is a charming city. My own honeymoon was here.
I couldn't even find Brodsky Street where I was born. I thought maybe there'd be neighbors who remember. What happened to my father?
Well, perhaps I could change the street some if I could ask. I speak so Hungarian.
I wouldn't want you to go to any trouble.
It would be no trouble at all. By the way, I'm told Anatoly seems very, very happy. No doubt because of you. He'll come home with her. When I see lovers who share happiness once, I realize what a stupid husband I've been. So much time away.
What do you think of Budapest so far, Mr.
Freddie. Anybody with legs like that can call me Freddie. That's a joke.
Mr. Sergeyevsky, have you seen him yet?
Yeah, well, I see him in my dreams, honey.
He's staying at this hotel.
Oh, well, that I wasn't told.
Hey, Frank, the secretary
You're
of State-
interrupting, Walter. This young woman from
Tennessee.
Tennessee. She's been drawing me out, Walter. She's been getting me to reveal things about myself I never even knew.
Hey, good for her. Listen,
And
the
she's
secretary-
been telling me things I was never told before, Walter. Like Sergeyevsky's in this hotel.
True, there was only one
And
was.
his bitch with him.
If you'll excuse us, please.
But we haven't finished
Yes, well, you
yet.
just call. We'll arrange another time, huh?
Dad, you
I
better
told
leave
you.
his heart
Just
in just a
call.
minute.
Florence is here, yes.
Well, that's good. Maybe she'll exhaust them. Like rabbits, that's how open they are.
Freddie, the Secretary of State wants to come and watch a match.
Oh, I don't need that kind of distraction, Walter.
It'll be no big thing. If I hadn't have told you, I would have never heard the end.
Ask me. You asked me. Remember I tell you? Look, this summit's caused enough trouble already without messing up the match. Look at the room I get.
This is the best hotel room in Budapest. The President of the United States doesn't have a room as good.
Yeah? Is it the best room in this hotel, Walter?
Freddie, the Secretary comes to the match. Gets his picture taken, shaking hands with an authentic American genius. What's the big deal?
Look, I don't let myself get used like that, all right?
You've been used like that 100 times. Freddie, what's one damn picture?
Look, you tell the Secretary of State I'm very busy. And he can kiss my ass.
Okay, I'll tell him. Maybe not those exact words.
You tell those two commies in Egypt that we may be in the same hotel, but they better stay out of my way.
You take care. You know that there's shenanigans to lie to. And you're wrong to forget you got your country behind you.
You're a fool if you think you can wave a flag and inspire some dramatic action. If I want bad enough
Is she rich?
Oh, no.
But she dresses well.
That's a question.
Are you happy?
Fine. I love.
That wasn't what I asked. That wasn't what I wanted to know. It's good to see you again. It's always a pleasure to see my husband.
So long.
It's been hard. It's a pity how the innocent must suffer. She, of course, has no apartment now and must stay with friends.
She said nothing. But it doesn't surprise me. It is getting late. I should go. Thank you for arranging this. Here, I doubt she'd take money from me.
Why don't you ask her yourself? She'll be here till the end of the match.
I do not think that would be a good idea.
No one cares what you think anymore. Not your wife, not your brother.
Brother?
There's been a housing shortage in Rubinsk. He and his family have had to find a smaller apartment.
It's because I left.
Of course, there is me. Someone had to be held accountable for your foolishness.
Do not blame me, you see.
How one little move it affects so many people's lives. Hurts so many
I
others.
do not consider myself responsible for it.
We do. Get out of my sight. Your brother's son is how old? 5.
Are you threatening?
What did you think you were doing, Anatole? In what world did you think you were living? Now get out. You disgust.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's game to Mr. Trumper. Mississippi XP holds the lead 5 points to 3. 5-3, ladies and gentlemen, that's 2 in a row. And I'm just hitting my stride. What I say, tell me, make my day, tell me, got it wrong, he's washed up, and it's me in pole position. Spread the news, tell them it's a cruise, tell them I'm on a roll, riding high, looking on his television. I know that I got it now, and it's all down to the day when I told her to get out of my life. What a fool, what I say, that's the real story that reveal on my own. It's become a whole new game. I tell you people, you just seen a whole new board game.
Congratulations. Nice game.
Pretty stupid movie made out.
Miss Watson, I think this is Sir Giesi.
Yes, it is.
He left it in his wife's hotel room last night.
Thank you. I'll give it to him.
Just lost 2 in a row.
Here. Here's your coat. You must be freezing.
Thank you.
Anatoly, I love you.
This I know. I do. I'm on the case. Henry rules. Henry objection is all the rules. You got your tricks. Good for you.
Here, read this. I'll say it to you. Greetings. I want Anatoly Backwater. There comes a time when we should resources could be the answer to our nation's prayers. Let's think together for our only courses to mix our days in with our savoir-faire. We do our best work when we want in pairs.
Bravo! Very nice. So her father is alive.
Yes, Lawrence's father is alive. He's been away.
Yes, away in Russia. And of course her father won't be allowed to come to her as long as she's with an infector. I could try to prevent this item, or do you have a poison dart?
Let's really to work something out.
I hope you don't misunderstand, for I don't want to close doors to communicators after all.
Well, we all have our own point of view. Maybe you ought to stick to your.
There comes a time when we should pool resources, could be the answer to our nation's prayers. Let's work together for the only courses to mix our lazy with our savoir-faire. We know how much this helps the guys upstairs.
Freddie Trumper has won the 19th game and holds the lead 7 games to 5.
Poor Anatoly. That's 4 losses in a row. What he must be feeling.
Hey, it's only a game. Let's work together so the world is safer. The Berlin Wall becomes a backyard fence. And the cooperation paves the way for our private leaders and the main events. Behind the scenes we show some common sense, a little mutual convenience. Let's work together, it's our best defense. Come, Lucky. Hey, sometimes you go through periods like this. Don't worry, Jamal, you get your form back. Every valley there's a hill.
Mr. Sergeyevsky, there's a telephone call for you, sir.
Anatoly, let me take it.
No. I'll take it. This way, sir.
Florence, did you get the envelope? You said nothing. Listen, do you think this is a hoax? Do you think it's possible your father could still be alive?
Yes, it's possible. I pray it's possible.
Well, I hesitated before I said anything. I didn't want to open a
I need
wound.
to see them. I need to meet this man.
Florence, we have to wait to be
Walter Anderson. Chess world is indeed a small world after all. Ivan. You've met Stefano Sergeyevsky?
No, I haven't had the pleasure. How do you do?
How do you do?
And, Florence Vassi.
Hello. Of course, I've seen you in the arena with Anatoly.
I knew you were there.
Excuse me.
She's quite attractive, isn't she?
Anatoly has a good taste.
There's no phone call. The man came up to me, told me my brother's son had just today had an accident. Nothing serious,
I'll
he
look
said,
into
but
But how did he know?
I don't know. Anatoly.
Just came in.
He's with my wife.
might be enough.
Why should I? Hey, you know me, Florence. Rules are rules.
He needs the rest.
You mean I broke him? He's beaten, Florence, and you know it.
You know, maybe he is, but not for reasons that have anything to do with chess. God, as if you could ever understand such a thing.
There's a lot more I understand now than when we were together.
Oh, you're way gone already. Who knows? Maybe you always were. Excuse me. I'm sorry to have bothered you at all.
Yeah, well, there's winners and losers, Florence. And you're a loser, Florence. When I was 9, I learned survival, taught myself not to care. I was my single good companion, taking my comfort there. Up in my room, I planned my conquests on my own, never asked for a helping hand. No one would understand. I never asked the pair who fought below, just in case they said no. Pity the child who has ambition, knows what he wants to do, knows that he'll never fit the system others expect him to. Pity the child who knew his parents, saw their faults, saw their love die before his eyes. Pity the child that wise. He never asked, did I cause your distress? Just in case they said yes. When I was 12, my father moved out. He's not with the winter, not with the shout. I didn't miss him, he made it perfectly clear that I was a fool and probably queer. The fool that I was, I thought this would bring those he had left closer together. She made her move the moment he crawled away. I was the last the woman told. She never let her bed get cold. Someone moved in, I shut my door. Someone who treated
Which way are you?
I don't know.
Sometimes we have to think of the greater good. Personal matters are
God, Walter, cut the BS! Just take me to my father!
That's just it, you see. I don't have your father.
What are you talking about? Who are you bringing to the Aeroflot hangar in 5 minutes?
They're releasing an agent of ours.
You traded Anatoly for one of your agents. God, you lying son of a bitch! God, you won't get it, Anatoly! No, God,
No!
no!
No, you worked very hard to find your father and help bring him back to you. That's why he had to go back even after since you came to Budapest. I'm only doing my job. What we accomplished made a big difference at that summer. This is how it works, Lawrence. They move, and then we move.
Believe me, you play the game.
I've got to get over to Harold.
Excuse me, Miss Watson. Anatoly asked me to bring you this.
Anatoly, but he just...
Please, please, Miss Watson. Sometimes it's best not to ask too many questions. He said that